Welcome to Cardboard Box Games. I'm Adam.
I'm Andrew.
And I'm Adam. So today we're going to be talking about the Atlanta Vault Tour that's coming up and how we're going to prepare.
Yep.
We also are trying something different with our audio, so hopefully this turns out
Better.
Anyway, without further ado, let's get started. As of every week, we start off with Card of the Week.
Yep.
And this Card of the Week, we don't really have a house theme, so it's going to be curious to see what all you guys pick. So Adam, why don't we start with you? What's your Card of the Week?
So my card is an Untamed card, and it's called the Common Cold. It's an action card. So when you play it, you gain an amber. It has one raw amber. And when you play it, it deals 1 damage to each creature. You may destroy all Mars creatures. And this is a rare card.
What I like about that card is it gives you an amber because you're probably very rarely going to play against a Mars deck.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it also says you may destroy Mars creatures. So if you have Mars, you don't have to
That's
destroy
true.
them.
That is nice.
That would stink if you
It said you had to destroy them all.
yeah.
Yeah, that's an interesting card of the week. I never have had that in a deck that I play competitively.
I'm pretty sure that's a new card.
No, it's definitely not a
No,
new
it's
card.
one of our decks back here.
Yeah, it's in this set. I just don't think it's that good of a card.
Well, you get an amber, and if you go against a Mars,
And it does 1 damage. Maybe. I don't know.
If you have a lot of creatures in the deck, then it can do a lot. But
And if you're confused about what cards are from what house, at the bottom where it says the rarity, to the left of that, it shows what symbol, depending on what
The set.
set it is. Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah, because a lot of times, like, for rare cards, you may not have seen them all, so you're like, is that a new card? It's really not. Like, it's a card that's been around a while. So what's your card of the week, Andrew?
my card is 3 Fates, and it kills the top 3 guys on the board, and you gain an amber for playing it. So I like it.
3 Fates. That's
That-
a dis action.
Yes.
Yep. And then when you play it, you gain an amber,
You do gain an amber from it. That's
and you
right.
destroy the 3 strongest creatures.
And you get to pick because you're the one playing the card. So, like,
Yeah.
if there were 5 cards out there that
That
had
is
equal
same power.
you could pick the 3.
Yeah,
Yeah, I actually really like that card a lot.
pretty good.
That card is pretty cool.
It really stinks against Shadow, though.
Yeah, yeah.
It's really good against Drobnar. It's
And
really good against Sanctum. It's really
And
bad
sometimes
against Shadow.
Mars.
And it's kind of like okay against Untamed because Untamed is like
Sometimes.
big, small,
Yeah.
small. Like, yeah.
Yeah.
And Mars, kind of the same thing. It's pretty good against Mars if they have the big like taunt guys. The 9,
And a 12.
the 9,
Is it a 12?
The 7.
no, 7, 9. The only creature that I can think of that's 12 is that Caliph dragon.
Yeah, that's Brahmnar though.
Yeah, but it would kill that. Alright, so my card of the week is a creature, and it's a disc creature. It's 1 power. Its name is Tolas, Tolas. It's elusive, and each time a creature is destroyed, its opponent gains 1 amber. So this card is something that's funny to me, because I ran across a deck that someone was selling, and they're like, I don't know what it said, but it was advertising the number of rares it had, and this is a rare card. And the funny thing is that they made it seem like it was a positive thing that it had Tolas,
Yeah.
but this card is not that good.
It isn't.
no.
And here's why it's not good. I mean, I'm gonna say this with a great. There are situations where you can set this card up to do cool things for you, but you play this card on your turn, and typically you've picked this, so maybe you've got cards that have destroyed 1 or 2 creatures. So maybe you've gotten 2 amber out of this if you're lucky.
3 Fates, Gateway.
3 Fates, for example.
Gateway
If
to
you
Disc.
if you play Gateway to Disc, that's a whole other thing.
Handed this.
Hand of Disc is one, but there's ways that you can kill some of their stuff.
Key 2
The
Disc.
problem is you leave the board, so now your opponent can kill your stuff
And gain amber,
as
yeah.
well.
Yeah.
And like to me, this card has just never been
Good
that
for it.
great. Yeah. So when I saw that deck where it was advertising like so many rares, and I think it had 2 Tolases, and I'm like, I don't remember exactly, but it definitely had Tolas in like the title. I'm like, yeah, that card's not really that good. That card is one of those double-edged sword cards where it's like you can do some cool things for you, but it also can do some really good things for your opponent, and that's not the type of game I like playing.
Yeah.
And I would love to actually know if like other people think this card is good, but for me, this is one of the disappointing rares to see when I open up a disc deck.
Yeah.
And I guess, you think about Common Cold and you think about Tolus. I think Tolus is worse than Common Cold.
Probably.
Because Common Cold guarantees you an Amber.
And
It
does
gives
one
you an
damage.
optional ability.
Yeah.
This, when things die, its opponent gains Amber. And that can be brutal. I think a lot of times you just end up discarding this card, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Alright, so let's move over to our main topic. I'm going to pull up my show notes here real quick. So, we're going to be going to the Atlanta Vault Tour.
Yeah.
And we started digging in a lot more into what the format is. So I think we're going to use this episode to talk about the steps that we're going to use to approach this tour, right?
Yeah.
So the first thing is we do not know if this is new cards or not.
We don't.
And because we don't know, I'm really leaning towards it's probably not, even though I would love if it was. I would really love if it was. Alright, so the Vault Tour main event, May 25th through 26th. So here's the directions as they say on the website. Each player will receive 3 decks. From these 3 decks, one will be chosen to play during the entirety of the tournament. Players will play Swiss rounds based on total number of players, with a top cut based on total number of players. Finals will be held on Sunday. Players in the top cut will play single elimination with their same decks until the final 2. Final 2 will play a best of 3 adaptive match, switching decks after game 1. If a third game is required, players will bid change to determine which player will use the deck that has won 2 games. So here's the thing. You get 3 decks. You can only play one of them. That's it. Like, if you pick the wrong deck and, you find that the deck that you picked is, just not as good as you thought it was, you're locked in. That's it. So part of the skill is looking at your 3 decks quickly and picking the right one.
Do they give you time to,
So, it doesn't say, but let's just play a hypothetical here.
That you get 30 minutes.
Let's just say you get 30 minutes.
Yeah.
Because, let's say the event starts at, I can't remember the exact time, but let's just say they give you your decks at 10:30 and the event starts at 11. So you got to have your deck picked in the 30 minutes. That is not a lot of time.
Yeah.
You cannot play a game with your deck, right? There's not enough time to play a game.
All you can do is just look at the cards.
Look at the card. So that's what I wanted to ask. The first question is, what is the first thing that you're going to do? And maybe we'll start with you, Andrew. What's the very first thing that you're going to do to evaluate your deck?
First off, I'll probably look at the houses and then probably read the archive card, which I'm not good at the names, so I'm going to have to look at the cards.
Yeah.
So.
How about you, Adam? What's the first thing you would do?
So right away, I look for my favorite houses and my favorite combinations of houses. Like if there's just your favorite combinations of houses that you know fairly well.
Yeah.
So then scroll through the Archon card, see if there's any cool cards you like or know
Combos that
them.
you can see.
Yeah.
Watch how one of us get an infinite deck.
Oh, that'd be
And then if you do like a deck, then scroll through every single card to make sure you like the deck and see how much raw amber is and see how many creatures and actions and artifacts you have and stuff like that.
So your first step is houses, right?
Yes.
So the very first thing you want to do is let's say that's my first step too.
Yeah.
Because I think the houses are going to determine which deck I want to dig into more.
Yes.
So I'm going to say I'm going to prioritize them by houses. I'm going to be like, this one is the house combination I think is the strongest. So now I'm going to dig in, right?
Yeah.
And now you're saying what you would do is start going through and you're going to start counting raw amber.
Correct.
Would that be the next thing you do, you think?
That's what I would do. Anyways.
Raw amber? Is that what you would do too, Andrew?
Probably.
I think for me as well. I think I may even take all 3 decks and just quickly understand the raw amber in each one, and that is just printed amber on the card, cards
raw
that actually
amber.
have amber on it.
Yeah.
I've always debated on whether or not to count cards like bait and switch as raw amber, and whatever formula I use is just going to be consistent. So I'm evaluating them the same.
I count bait and switch as at least a guaranteed 1 amber.
Yeah, and sometimes even guaranteed 2, because it's maybe even more.
Yeah.
I've rarely seen a bait and switch go for less than 2 or 3 amber. That's where I'm as long as you have your own mental way of counting your amber. All right, let's say all 3 of your decks are exactly equal.
Same houses.
Let's just say
Or same amber.
Same amber.
Oh, yeah.
Let's say they got the same
Same
amber. What's the next thing? That won't happen. But what's the next thing that you look at for priority?
Next thing, I would look for like combos you could do with like creatures or action cards.
You have an example?
Yes, with the Bromnar card, like Fire Spitters in Sanctum House.
Cleansing Wave.
Cleansing Wave, yep. You do Fire Spitters first, deal 1 damage to each creature. Next turn, do Cleansing Wave, heal everything.
Mm-hmm.
You gain tons of amber. Like,
So you'd be looking for like just interactions that can gain you a bunch of amber.
I would look for the artifacts.
The next thing you'd look at is artifacts. Okay.
Yeah.
Any artifacts in particular you look for?
Well, I would probably look for a key to disc, or maybe
The Lash of Broken Dreams.
Last Ritual of Balance.
Ritual Balance. Yeah.
And probably the one that's steal a random card, and also like probably like
Oh, the Subtle Maul that makes you discard a random card.
just
Yeah.
all those good artifacts. If it was like Synchroneedle or like that tree one, I forget which. You have to
Tree?
flip the first your card, and if it's the active house, then it exile.
Yeah.
I would not.
Evasive. Sigil.
Evasive from...
Evasive.
yeah.
If it had that, then I'd be like, nah, not really.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of Evasive Sigil. Yeah, most people forget to even play it. It's like, Evasive Sigil, I think it gives you an amber, so you play it, but then...
And it's like, people forget about its ability, and it's like...
So for me, in my opinion, I just don't like artifacts in general. I hate having to remember that they exist and using them for like special houses. So for me, the artifacts that I like is like Omni ability artifacts I can use whenever. Because
Yeah.
I hate have to...
And there's very few of those.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just don't like having to pick that certain house to do something
What about
with
you,
the
Dan?
artifact.
What'd you
Yeah,
do?
so I've counted amber. They're exactly equal. I'm actually thinking, at this point, what I probably would do is register all 3 of my decks.
Yeah.
I'd scan them in, and I would probably look on decks of KeyForge. Because at this point in my head, I'd probably like, alright, this deck, and this deck, I think this one's better. Let me just put some numbers behind it. Let me just see what this formula and interactions and things actually are. Like, am I on the right track? And I would probably take the deck that scores
The highest.
not
Like the
necessarily
second
the
highest?
highest. I'd probably be able to eliminate one deck at that point.
Yeah.
I should at least be able to say, like, this deck, I know it's bad because it's got low amber or like whatever,
Yeah.
Creatures.
or like low
Yeah.
creatures or low action. I would have some gut feel about it, and then I'd eliminate it. So I'd get it down to the final 2, and I think what I would use is decks of KeyForge to look at like the AERC value.
Yeah, that's a good
Understand the values of each one, because it really does give you a good breakdown of like board control, how much amber you can expect to get, artifact control, like creature power that you have in your deck. I like AERC and the breakdown of AERC. That helps me a lot because you only have 30 minutes, so I can't go through and understand every little thing.
If you get a deck of it like a 60 AERC, then it's probably a good deck.
Yeah, I mean if you get,
Like even a 40 AERC.
No,
is
not
pretty good.
40. Probably like 50 or 60.
Like 40 is like a normal, pretty good average
I
deck.
don't know. I like mine in the 60s.
40 is an average out of the whole deck. So
That's
like,
what I'm saying. I said even if you get a 40, it would be good.
Yeah. I get nervous when I see a 40.
Yeah, if you see 40, it's like 50.
50's like kind of okay, but I really like 60s. 70 is phenomenal.
Yeah.
So if you like 60 is kind of like where I want to be, because I don't think it's rare to see anything higher than like 60s.
Mm-hmm.
But 70 like is phenomenal. So first thing I do, like if I got a 70-ish AERC, I would really hammer in hard on understanding that deck.
Yeah,
Yeah.
for sure.
All right, so that's the next step. So you've counted amber, you've looked at artifacts, you've looked for card combinations. What would you guys do next?
What you just pretty much did.
You'd probably go down the registration.
I wasn't even thinking about doing that, but yeah.
What would you do after that? Like, say we registered it, and
So after that, if I still haven't decided what deck I want, I would go through each deck and just look for cards I really like in general that have good like card combinations inside also.
Mm-hmm.
And go down, and if it's still down to the final 2, like go back through all the steps again, like favorite houses, amber, all the creatures combinations and stuff, and then that's probably when I decided which deck I want.
so let's let's say hypothetically you have one deck or two decks,
Two
and
decks.
you're down to the two decks. How high do you rate creatures? Like how? I mean, are you looking for a lot of creatures? Or are you looking for light creatures? Like, where do you like to be on the creature side?
So creatures for me are very important. Like they determine if you're going to win or lose, in my opinion, because action cards do a lot, but they don't do enough to win you the game. Creatures can reap, kill other creatures, do cool combinations and stuff. So it really depends what abilities creatures have. And I would like a fairly decent amount of creatures.
Like,
a
how
normal
many
amount.
are you thinking? Because there's 36 cards total. Like, how many would you want half your deck to be creatures?
The average
Probably about half.
average
yeah.
amount of creatures in a deck is 16. So
I thought it was 17.
no, it's
16, 17, it don't matter. But either way. Or are you hoping for more? Like, would you like a deck that had more creatures? So if you got one that had like 25 creatures,
I
would
feel like if I have even more creatures, it'd probably be a disadvantage, so then I have less controlling cards.
less
seems like a
actions.
balance, right?
Yes.
So you don't want to have too little, but you also don't want to have too many.
Yeah, for me, I would look for I would kind of want smaller creatures. I don't know why, but if I had actions that destroy the top, like the highest guys, or that's easily does lots of damage to like high creatures, I would probably just want low creatures mostly. I'm more of the low type.
But those type of cards are kind of rare too, so you have to determine which.
Yeah.
Yeah, it really is interesting because where I go to is I probably do the same thing you guys would do here. Is I start digging through, understanding my creature breakdown, my action breakdown. What I'd be looking for is artifact control. Like artifact control would kind of stand out to me
Yeah.
because I want to make sure if someone does get like a Nepenthe Seed combo that I have a way to stop it. Like I would be looking for artifact control, so that would like be a notch in favor. Then what I would do is I'd narrow it down. Even if I got narrowed down to 2, I would actually very quickly play imaginary games with myself. So I would shuffle it up, deal out some cards, look at my hand, and be like, man, this hand is horrible. Do it again. This hand is horrible. This is a good hand. Play a couple hand rounds, against just like as if I was playing normally,
Yeah.
just to see what it felt like to play the deck. And then because things can start connecting at that point.
Also, probably you should do is add chains once you practice a lot, because then you get a feeling. So if you reach at the way end and then you have to do that draft thing, you can get a better understanding.
I would probably do that if I got through day 1. Like if I got through day 1, I'd be like, yeah, let me practice to see how many chains I actually think this deck should get on it. That's a good idea. I didn't even think of that, but yeah, because sometimes it's hard to know how much to bid.
It is, yeah.
But anyway, the thing that I am most concerned about this tournament is I've been to sealed tournaments where both my deck, typically we've gotten 2, so you're getting 3, I think that's better.
Yeah.
But where both my decks were atrocious. What do you do in that situation? Like, let's say all 3 of your decks are subpar, not what you were hoping.
So if they're just both horrible, I'll
3
probably
of them.
if all 3 are horrible, I'll probably pick the deck that if you know you're definitely going to lose. If your decks are just that horrible, you can just tell you're going to lose. I'll probably just pick the best deck or the coolest deck to you, just to get some experience off of it.
Yeah.
Just
You'd be going
just
for
have
fun at that
yeah.
point, right?
Yeah.
Just
I
have
would
fun.
if I had 3 really bad decks, I'll just probably go for the most funnest deck, because it just no hope really at all.
Or
Because there's probably people that got an 80 or 90 South deck probably and be just absolutely destroy everybody, while I'm here with a 50 or 40 deck, and which if I find it fun, it's let me just play it.
Yeah, in the last sealed tournament that we went to, I ended up opening both decks, and the highest one was 63 assass.
Man.
And they were bad. They were actually really bad decks. I was able to fight my way around, but it just did not have enough amber, did not have enough control.
Yeah.
That's my fear. Is if I get all 3 decks that are duds, that's my only thing that is I'm a little bit worried about, because I really hope that I open up I hope I open up at least one extremely solid deck, and I'm okay.
Or some decent deck.
Yeah, I mean, I would even be okay with a middle of the road but deck that I can manipulate and play really well,
Yeah.
So day 2, if one of us makes it to day 2 or all 3 of us make it to day 2, is single elimination, which means you play one game.
And if you lose,
If
you're
you
out.
lose, you're out. What do you think about those games?
So that's going to be even more harder. You have to determine and be confident with your choices, think way ahead. You don't want to lose, otherwise you're out. And when you do get out, we're probably going to do other tournaments, like short tournaments, like Archon.
Yeah, we'll talk about that here in a second, yeah.
Yeah, but that would be pretty scary to me. So, like, if one of us did make it to day 2, we'd probably, like, practice a bunch before we actually got there.
Pressure is on.
The pressure is out, yeah.
It feels a little random because, like, I don't know, best of one just feels like sort of coin flippy, right? Like,
Yeah.
someone goes first, someone goes second. One of you's gonna win, but like,
and
the
like
best person might not be the one that wins.
Yeah, like the best person with like the best deck ever could get like a horrible hand and just lost.
Not get the cards they need, and like just the situation doesn't.
Yeah.
So I'm a little like I'm a little nervous about that too, because that feels very coin flippy. But you're right. What you have to do is you need to mulligan hard to make sure you get a good start, and you need to make sure that you just go in with like a plan 2 or 3 turns in advance at all times. Understand what you need to deal with, and just do the best you can.
There are also other events at the
So let's talk about that. Let's say all of us or one of us gets eliminated early, and we drop out, which is going to happen. Like, because we're not going to get the matchups. We're going to have like close games. We're going to get eliminated. And we've been to tournaments before, and it happens. It's fine.
Yeah, but there's others that we can go through.
Yeah, I'm going to jump over to like Archon tournaments. Bring some of a couple of my Archon decks.
Best decks, worst decks.
Yeah, do some of the reversal tournaments. They have sealed pods that they're doing. So if we get eliminated after day 1, day 2 probably will just be side events.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure that you can drop out. So say like you go 0-3 at the beginning of the main event. Pretty sure you can just drop and start doing other stuff too, which I probably would do.
Yeah.
It wouldn't make sense for me to stay in the tournament if there's like no chance to get to day 2.
Yeah.
Playing a deck that I'm probably not having fun with if I went 0-3. You know what I mean? So
how many people do you guys think is gonna come?
I bet you there'll be
quite a bit of
couple
people.
hundred maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe
Like 400 to 500 maybe.
I don't know if it'll be that many. It could be 4 to 5.
The game is pretty new, but there have been like millions of decks.
They sold 1 million decks. So
Yeah, but the thing is like I don't know how many people care enough to go to tournaments. The one thing is there are other games at this tournament. So I guess I'm thinking about just KeyForge numbers.
yeah, but there's gonna be other.
But
people,
if there's other games and other people playing those games, it could be multiple hundreds.
like
more.
Magic, maybe.
There won't be Magic there. There'll be like Destiny. There'll be like X-Wing. No, this is all Fantasy Flight Games stuff.
Huh.
This is the kind of tournament. It's a Fantasy Flight Games Vault Tour. So one other question before we start wrapping up this episode.
Yeah.
The Vault Tour also has that prize wall where you can cash in your Amber tokens. So every event you go into, you earn Amber tokens.
Mm-hmm.
The main event, you earn Amber tokens. So let's say the end of the day, is there anything that you're hoping to get? You already have metal keys.
And the mat.
And the mat.
So
But they have like chairs, they have gaming chairs, but they cost
Really?
a lot. They cost a lot of Amber. Yeah.
How much amber do we have?
I don't know. I think I'm at like
Can we combine
40.
Amber?
That would be kind of cool. We go get a gaming chair because we combine all our Amber. The thing is, though, is
I mean, I don't see why not, right? If we all like get a huge group of people, combine the Amber and get stuff.
I have 38 Amber right now. 38 Amber shards.
I have about that many.
Andrew, you have 19, it looks like?
I have a key too.
19 and a key. And I think I'm at 38. I think I might have 2 keys. But anyway, the thinking behind it is like we should get a bunch of Amber shards.
Oh, I have 29. Yeah.
We should get a bunch of Amber shards because we'll register our 3 decks from the main event. We'll each go up 3 at that point.
Yeah.
We'll enter the event. They give you a bunch just for entering that event.
And other events
As you
too.
win, I think you earn more Amber shards.
Whoa.
So we're gonna get a lot.
So I'm hoping that we win and we get a bunch of Amber shards that we can cash in for something cool.
So we can get a chair.
I definitely want the metal keys though. That's where I want the Vault Tour metal keys.
How much do you
I'm
think
guessing
the metal
like
keys
50?
are?
I heard 70.
70.
Ooh.
Which I should be able to get pretty easily with
Yeah.
a few events. Because, I mean, with a few decks that I register, I'll be over 40. And then I just got to earn 30 through tournaments. think I can do
Yeah,
it.
you could probably easily get there.
Yeah, I think I can do it.
I want to know how much chairs cost. I want to know all the items there, so
Probably
then I
like
can just start
200.
planning
They
ahead.
had a like graphic up that talked about all the prizes and what they were worth, but we'll have to check that out. And
We
the thing
need
is they change it every vault tour, like what things there could possibly be there.
Oh, that's
So
pretty cool.
I don't know if the chair will for sure be there, but I'm hoping the metal keys are there.
What else would be there?
I bet you they're gonna have like tokens. I bet you they'll have like these type of cards, the chain tracking cards.
Yeah.
They're just gonna have a lot of like KeyForge. They'll probably have posters there, that type of stuff.
Mhm.
That's my guess. I don't know for sure.
Can we even fit the chair if we did win it? I mean,
Hopefully it comes in a box that you put together, because then we can put it in the back of our SUV.
Yeah.
If it's already put together, no. But I really don't think we're gonna have enough to get that chair. We're gonna need to win the tournament. All three of us need to like get in the top 4.
top 4 for
And
us
then we need
do
to
it.
combine, and then we'll get the chair. I don't know, but I'm just thinking.
Or what we could do, we could get lots of decks and like
Just join every single
That would
deck.
take a
yeah.
lot of money to get that many decks.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, like, you've got 19, I've got 38, you've got 29. Like,
29,
you
yeah.
add all of ours up. Like, we don't even have 100 yet.
Yeah.
We're close, because I'm 40, 30, 70, 89. We're at, like, 90. We're less than 90 by a few, but we're, like, 86, 87.
It's not that bad.
No. So, combined, we already have enough to get some pretty cool stuff.
But I don't think they won't let us.
They
combine.
won't let us combine,
Yeah.
by the way. But if there is another vault tour in our area or a new set that comes out, we'll go back to it. We'll save up our amber shards and we'll get something even cooler the next time around.
Yeah.
But I for sure want to get those metal keys. So that's my goal. I want to earn enough to get those metal keys. So we need to be hitting like Crucible incredibly hard to practice.
And
There's
in person.
in person as much as we can.
And also just grab like a random deck that you have.
Yeah, because we have
Just
a lot of
play
decks
it.
we haven't played yet, and we got to
Yeah.
evaluate it and just try.
And
to
if you play more decks, you get a more diverse idea of how good your decks are.
That's exactly
depending on what they
right.
are.
Which we've done. We've done a lot of like just grab random decks and play them, which is really fun.
Yeah.
Especially with that reversal thing that Andrew and I did.
That was
It
fun.
is, yeah.
Adam and I should do that at some point, or you two should do that. But anyway, that's all I've got. Let us know if the audio is any better. I mean, unfortunately, we don't have like a soundproof room. I wish we did.
No.
So there's sometimes traffic in the background. What I'm thinking about getting is a couple dynamic microphones with an audio mixer. Because apparently dynamic microphones won't pick up the ambient noise around you as much,
Oh.
which will be super nice. And it prevents the echo and stuff from it. Where before I had this not set on like just this side. I'm hoping this makes a big difference. But anyway, let us know if it does. And we're just going to continue to keep making this better. Because I mean, we love KeyForge and we don't want to stop making content. So we just got to figure out the right equipment and the right way to set this stuff up.
Yeah.
We're not experts on that yet.
No.
All right, guys, that's it for me. You guys good?
Yeah.
Yeah, we're all good. Yeah.
All right.
Keep gaming.
Keep gaming. See you guys next week.
See you guys.